Alright guys, it's 10 to 4, so 4 o'clock usually I like to be ready to go to my ADHD meeting at 6, because then I check the time to see how long it's going to take, and then, it's pushing to make it if I leave at 5, but I'll be early if I leave at 4. I just remembered that paying for the extension, so I have to transfer my money from my savings to my check account so that I have money to pay the rent. It's come across my mind. Here's the thing. Yeah, I mean, I do think that, because if you don't know that the world thinks differently to you and feels differently, or does things differently to you, and you don't have the answers, like you don't have an autism diagnosis or an ADHD diagnosis, or you haven't done the study that I've done. Only reason why I didn't get an autism diagnosis is because I've known of people who've lost their jobs because of having autism. I've known people that had promising careers. Well, you know what I'm saying. They might have been working a minimum pay rate job for a couple of years, and then they'd done some study or something, and they're ready to go. And then the other employers kept getting their autism diagnosis on the paper, and people had all these preconceived ideas of what autism is, and if someone has autism and they come from another country to New Zealand, they don't get a work visa. If you have autism, if you have an autism diagnosis and you come from another country to New Zealand, you can't get a work visa. So that shows you, and quite a number of countries are like that. So, and then they'll say, if you don't have any grounds to fire this employee, you can't fire this employee. Or this employee can say, well, discrimination, right? But that's what's come out now. But that's what's happening now. But in my experience growing up, that wasn't the case. So here's the thing. Imagine going through all that and, bullied at high school, all this type of thing. You think that the world views things from your perspective. You think that they view the world views things, you think that everyone views things from, well, obviously there's different political beliefs, different religious beliefs, all these things, but everyone has the same way of receiving and processing and communicating information, right? Again, autistic people, ADHD people, some of them are atheists, some of them are Hindus, Buddhists, Muslim, Christian, atheist, spiritual, and then there's the different mythologies like Norse, Celtic, Māori, other ones. So, there's that. But then autism and ADHD comes into how you process information, like how you receive information, process, and communicate is very different. So imagine if you were going through everything I just went through. It fluctuates between 75% and 85% unemployment rate with autistic people. That's level 1, level 2, and level 3 combined, put into one. And then they just, the percentage of people that are any of those, or an admixture, because I know someone that has a full-time job. He has a full-time job and he's in his 20s, and obviously he talks well, he speaks, all this type of thing, but he didn't speak until he was 7 years old. There was first words that came out of his mouth when he was about 7 years old. So apparently he's level 2. He's got a full-time job, but he just hasn't got a car yet because he moved out of home. He got his full-time job sorted, and he's like 23 years old, and he's moved out, and he's living in I think guys got luck of the draw because I pay $285 to stay here, and he's in this hotel place about 10-minute drive from where I stay, and he's paying $500. So whether that was by choice or because he likes the scenery better, because I like it better out here than in the city, So long as I have a couple of social groups I'm a part of, and I do this TikTok thing, and to stay connected, and have my full-time job. Got the work meeting tomorrow because it got postponed because I waited for them to send me the time to start. I got told it was 11, but they didn't text it to me, so I woke up at 10, got dressed and everything, and checked my phone, and it said, "Are you coming to the meeting?" And they said it had started at 10, but no one had messaged me that told me that, so miscommunication. Miscommunication. Let's put it off till tomorrow. Sorry. So here's the thing. If you went through all of that and you didn't know anything about autism and you didn't know anything about ADHD and you're either ADHD or autism or both, defense mechanism is going to be like, well, I've done everything I absolutely can to fit in. I've done everything I can to do things your way, and no one's gone out of their way to help me, and no one's done any of these things to, meet me halfway with changing their mind, and I've had to do that for everyone, for the high majority, And the thing is then you start thinking, well, you know what? Screw them. They all want to team up against me. No, I'm awesome. I'm this and that, and I'm fighting against the grain. I think a lot of people can take that and say, oh, he's a narcissist or he's a borderline. Now, there's nothing that excuses bad behavior. The Elliot Rodgers guy, see, that's why I'm like, okay, see, I've put all this effort in. I'm putting 100% of my effort into better my life, but if I start putting it into other people's lives, I won't have enough energy to get to where I want to be. And then no one will get there, so my contribution is these recordings, and when people bring things up when I go to autism and ADHD groups or just bump into people uptown and they're talking about it, I can sit there and listen and share my perspective and share my own personal experiences. I can't go out of my way to help anybody beyond that. And what was his name? Elliot Rodgers, what was I going to say? If you're not putting in the effort, you know that you are, and it's takes one to know one, so I'll know whether you are or not too. But it might take me, I might have to meet you twice to figure that out, because it might be, okay, this guy's just a bit lost, and he's trying to find his way, or this woman, or whatever. Because I'm looking for a woman, so I don't want my feelings to get in the way of helping someone. You know what I mean? Because the next thing you just want to get with this and all this type of thing. So yeah. But then at the same time, if I do just view you as a friend, then that's all good, But we have to make that very clear. So if once you get to your 20s and you're not putting in that hard out effort, you're not putting in the effort, there's a strong likelihood that you could be another Elliot Rodgers. I mean, you're a lost cause because you're not putting in the effort. That's why it's good for the teenagers to hear this too.